I think we're live. Hey everybody, welcome to our Gut Health 101 workshop. This is Wendy Larson and I am Jamie Withrow, and our intention for today's workshop is to get valuable information in your hands, valuable content, valuable projects, and valuable understanding about what impact gut health has on your well-being, on your mood, on your energy, on all the things. So, a little background on me. Like I mentioned, I am a dietitian, I'm a personal trainer, I'm a mom, and gut health has been the gateway of sorts towards really being able to impact people and help people in a better way. Because for quite some time, I would work with people that were doing everything right, but yet still not seeing the results that they should be seeing. And it's like something's missing. It's kind of like how hormones can wreak havoc on everything you're doing. Well, gut health is just a bigger version of that. So we both have been on a journey to understand gut health, to figure out how to make it practical, and then to pass that knowledge and understanding on to you guys. Because what good is knowledge and what good is learning new things if we're not passing it on and we're not helping others with that? So this is what today's going to look like. We are going to talk about the impact that gut health has. We're going to talk about how far reaching that is. I think you'll be amazed. And then we're going to make it really practical into cravings, into weight loss, into mood, and what can you actually do about it? Because food and supplements have a massive impact on gut health, and we want to bring some of that content to you today. So that's a little bit about me and where we're going. I'm going to pass it over to Wendy now to introduce herself and start that conversation about how far-reaching this is.
Hey everyone, we're so excited that you joined us today. My name is Wendy Larson and I'm a certified natural health professional, which basically just means that I went to school to learn a little bit more about health than the average person, but there's nothing that I've learned that you guys can't learn too. That's what I love about this. I just paid somebody to teach me, but really we can teach ourselves this, and we're going to share a lot of that information with you guys today. So what we're going to learn is that everything that we know about diet and weight loss is being challenged by bacteria in our gut. And did you know that we have 10 times more bacteria in just our digestive tract than we have cells in our body? So this is majorly impactful.
Crazy.
It's a lot. And it's why it's becoming more and more talked about, because medical professionals are starting to understand the connection between the bacteria in our digestive tract and our overall well-being.
Absolutely.
So what kind of things in our health are actually affected by that particular bacteria? And one thing I forgot to mention is that we also have a fungus in our gut called Candida yeast. And Candida yeast is its primary purpose, everybody has it, is to help decompose our bodies when we die. But it becomes very overgrown with lifestyle choices, food choices, and medications or birth control can actually make that fungus grow out of control and impair our health. So what are some things that can affect that? Our skin health, skin rashes, eczema, acne, all of that can be affected by our microbiome in our gut. It can also impair our rational decision making. Have you ever heard of women that might have emotional swings that go up and down?
Been there. Better now.
Right. That can be a source of improper balanced gut health. Maybe feelings of anxiety or depression might be controlled by your microbiome. And early research even shows that digestive bacteria and microbiome can influence which foods you like and don't like, which is kind of like cravings. So Jamie's going to talk about cravings.
Here's what I want, the message I want to get across of cravings and why you should start paying attention to gut health and tuning into what's going to help that be better and what's going to be worse. Shame does no one any good when they are on a betterment of themselves journey, when they are on a health journey, when they are on a personal development journey, when they are on a weight loss journey. Shame does no good. And I see so many people feeling ashamed of their cravings or ashamed that they don't have enough willpower. And it's like food is in control and something else is controlling their mood, and something outside of them is impacting their day and ruining their day. And there's so much shame associated with that. And that does no one any good. And when you realize realize that there are more bacteria in your gut than there are cells in your body, that's like a whole army that can be up to no good. And that's a big deal because it takes away the willpower. Not that you don't have any responsibility, because you now decide what fuels the good guys and what fuels the bad guys. That is all within your control. But people feel so much better when they realize that it's actually something giving them cravings and driving that addiction and driving that hunger and driving that dissatisfaction and driving their mood and their irritability, and that is really freeing for people. So that's one of the messages I want to get across to you guys today, is just how liberating that could be, and that's why we need to pay attention to it. That's why it's more than calories in, calories out. And we want to take away that shame, because that puts the power back in your hands to actually do something about it, versus being in a state of mind where you are feeling helpless and you are feeling like a victim mentality. So it's like those bacteria are like little puppeteers, like pulling the strings of what you want and how satisfied you are. And they even impact like how many calories you absorb from a banana. Like I could eat a banana and absorb 90 calories, and Wendy could eat a banana and absorb 70 calories. And it could be the exact same banana, but the makeup of our bacteria impacts that. So that's just one example of how
far-reaching that is. Do you guys understand that? That was huge right there. I don't think people realize that, because when we talk to doctors or other dietitians, they're always keeping us within this caloric range, but we digest and process nutrients and foods differently than the other person because of gut microbiome. Hello? That is a shocker. This is why some people struggle to lose weight and some don't, and they have the same written plan.
Why it doesn't work for everyone. Everything works for someone. Not everything works for everyone. So that's why I want you to be empowered, and I want you to take control of those things and feel like you can do something about it. So let's move into some practical side of things. So what can we do about it? Where does our power lie?
Yeah, so there are some things that we can do that can improve the microbiome of our gut. I think number one, we need to understand the difference between a probiotic and a prebiotic, because that's becoming more and more mainstream, and it's talked about. You're actually going to see certain supplements that start talking about or advertising prebiotics on their product. And so a probiotic is helpful bacteria. Think pro, and then bacteria stands for life. So we're talking like pro-life. We're like increasing the life forces of your body. They can be found in fermented foods like yogurt, sauerkraut, kefir, and kombucha. And they actually enhance and improve immune function. They improve digestion, and they provide a barrier against microbial infections. Now, prebiotics is actually the food that feeds the bacteria that's already in your body. But here's what's really special about a prebiotic. It does not get digested in the small intestine. It keeps its life force until the colon, and that is where it is fermented and feeds more good guys down in there, and that's really important for overall health. So that can shift. You have to have a balance of the good and of the pro and the pre. So what are some things we can do to improve our weight loss by improving gut health? Number one, we need to increase fiber. Okay, fiber is your prebiotic. That is your healthy digestion. You want to say something about fiber?
I'm going to go on a rant about fiber. Hang tight. I can't let this go any farther without speaking to fiber. Okay, so the keto diet is really popular right now. I will try not to let this take too long. The keto diet is really popular. A couple things I love is it is bringing back the conversation of healthy fats, which is so needed, because fats very rarely are the enemy. Sugar is the enemy of a whole lot of things, including your gut health, because sugar feeds that yeast and feeds that candida and feeds what is causing damage down there. And it's like this feedback cycle of you crave more, you eat more, you want more type of a thing. Side note of the rant, artificial sweeteners do the same things. They taste sweet, they're not sweet when they get to your gut, so you end up wanting sweet more. Back to keto. So I'm happy that keto is bringing back the conversation of fats. My worry is the long-term implications of eliminating all carbohydrates and putting them all in the same category. See, when we talk about y'all should eat less carbs or Americans are eating too many carbs, we're talking about high sugar foods. We're talking about white flour. We're talking about refined grains, things that don't have fiber, okay? But whole grains have fiber. They have the prebiotic fibers that are so good for our bacteria, and they have other beneficial things. Fruits and vegetables are also carbohydrates that have prebiotic fiber that are good for our digestive system. So my worry is if you're eliminating fruits and you're eliminating grains in trying to follow a keto style diet, my concern is that you're starving out the bacteria and you will lose some strains that you would not otherwise have lost that may be doing very, very good things for you. So I think there's a balance to be had in less carbohydrates, bring back the healthy fats, but let's be really smart about still including the fruits and the vegetables and the fiber and the wholesome things that are also full of color and full of antioxidants and full of nutrients and full of all the things. So that is my rant on keto. Proceed. What else can we do?
Yep, that's right. So increasing your fiber, that is your prebiotic. Fruits, grains, beans, whole, I already said that, whole grains, and nuts. So that helps balance the good, the probiotic and the prebiotic. The other thing is start eating at home more. That means meal prepping so that you can plan out your week better. That is one way to improve what you're intaking in your mouth. The other one is eat fermented foods. So start researching on how to ferment your own yogurts and sauerkrauts and sourdough breads, things like that, where you can get a lot of that good bacteria.
Variety is good.
Yep. The other thing is increasing your sleep. 7 to 9 hours of good, restful, deep sleep improves digestion, and it lets your body do a lot of big resetting and detoxification and burning fat overnight. So, and then the biggest one is keep your stress levels in check, okay? A lot of stress is obviously community or, lifestyle, but a lot of it is food intake. Sugar, caffeine, antibiotics in foods, medications, a lot of that can disrupt the gut microbiome, and that can actually increase stress. And how is stress in our gut affected to our brain?
Have y'all heard of leaky gut syndrome? Okay, don't let anyone tell you that leaky gut syndrome is not a thing. Not all medical professionals are up to date to this. I was not taught this in school. This has been continuing education since school. So leaky gut, or breaks in the tight gaps in your gut, is a real thing. And you can search intestinal permeability. So leaks in the junctions that are your gut lining allows food particles and allows things to leak through that should have stayed in your gut. And then your immune system goes on high attack. So this can be a whole nother conversation about the tie between gut health and autoimmune disease and allergies and catching every sickness that runs through your town. Because your immune system resides in your gut and is right there ready to attack any intruders, there is a lot of power there. How did I get there? Stress. When you are stressed, your gut gets more leaky because you are in a fight or flight response. And also the blood flow that's routed to your stomach and your bowels to help absorb nutrients is routed to your hands and your legs so you can fight or flight. That happens whether your stress is real, like you're being chased by a bear or a chicken like me this morning, or if it's just in your head because you're anxious and you're stressed. So it can be as simple as a moment of breather, of counting to 5, of taking a mental break, of doing something that makes you feel like yourself for a moment, even if it's just a shift in your mind. So that's just a little bit about how stress influences our gut, but that could be a whole nother conversation. So I encourage you to research that if that's something that you feel is really impacting you. That's stress.
Perfect.
So what are we going to do about it? We're going to eat more fiber. We're going to take our fermented foods. Probiotics play a role. Wendy and I have chosen to take probiotic supplements daily, and we know that that is a supplement to what we are doing with our lifestyle. That is not a get out of jail free card. Enzymes that help break down the harmful guys, and putting supporting nutrients like omegas and healthy fats back in the gut to help repair those junctions. Getting some collagen or some bone broth and some of those things that are healing for our body. There is so much goodness in wholesome food and goodness in wholesome supplements. And we'd be happy to continue that conversation with any of you that feel like there's a gap there. So those are my thoughts. Any other thoughts on gut health?
No.
We wanted to keep this to about 15 minutes. We're right there.
Yeah. So thank you guys for joining us, and we look forward to talking to you guys next week for Blood Sugar 101.
Blood Sugar 101 is coming. Inflammation 101 is coming after that. And after that, we're going to decide how it goes based on feedback, based on what's helpful and what questions you're asking us. So thanks everyone for watching. We hope this was valuable for you.
Bye-bye.